Today we're gonna be going over how to install these vinyl shutters onto your house. I've already installed a couple of these behind me. We've got the last one we're gonna go ahead and throw on the window, and then we're gonna order some more on the other side. But I'll show you real quickly. It's a very easy process on how to install these. The nice thing about the vinyl is you don't have any runoff, you don't have to repaint them, no fading, and they're really light and easy to put on. So we'll go do that real quickly. The hardware that it comes with are some metal screws or these plastic ones, which is what we're gonna use. But the metal ones are pretty self-explanatory. You can just go ahead and screw those in. But these are the ones we're gonna use, and I will show you how to do that. So you're then gonna need to provide yourself a 1/4 drill bit, a drill, a hammer, or a mallet. I would prefer a mallet, especially against these plastic pieces, so you don't break them or damage them, because that's what's gonna be seen. So you wanna be kind of soft and gentle with those. And then a measuring tape, and then a pencil to mark. I'm not gonna use a pencil just because I didn't do that. I probably should, but I just eyeballed it. But you can do either one. So if you want to mark them, you can, but you don't have to if you don't want to. And then the next thing that you're going to want to notice is these do have a slight pattern to them. They're supposed to mimic wood, so you're going to see the wood grain going up. What you don't want to do is rotate these and then have one grain going down, one going up, unless you want to, and that's up to you. But me personally, I want the wood grains to match, so make sure you're paying attention to that when you're installing this. So you can see we already have this one on here. Our siding is vertical, which kind of makes this a little difficult, because if you fall this way, it's perfect because you're drilling into this. But sometimes we were pushing into this in the middle, so it would almost be lopsided, so you just don't drill as far, which we'll go over here in a second. But this one's actually going to fall perfectly. So you're going to want to measure that one and this one so they're the same length, so you don't have one too high and one too low. So you're going to make sure to measure that down and find out exactly what fits perfect for your window. If you're doing the 43 inches and below, you only have to do 4 of these screws. But if you're doing like the 44 and above, I think these are 50 inch, you're going to have to do 6, which is what we're going to do. It is helpful to have somebody help you to be able to hold this while you do it, but it is manageable by yourself if you have to. So the biggest thing you're going to want to do is see the one beside you and make sure these are uniform, especially when you're doing the windows side by side. So you want to make sure you're drilling these in the same place. So you can either measure them and mark them, like I said, or you can just eyeball it, which is what we're going to do, which is probably not the best way possible, but it's worked so far. And then you're just going to drill in with your 1/4 drill bit. You're first going to want to go through the plastic, and then from there, you're going to go through the actual siding of the house, which feels horrible to drill into the side of your house. But then we're going to switch. We're going to make sure that your measurement is still in line to where you want it, which it is. You're then going to take your plastic hardware. So they say just to push it through, which you want to push it through a couple, but what I found is easier to push it through just a little bit and then lightly tap it in. And then there you go. So now you want to be really careful though, because you can't just pull these out. They say the only way to take them out is if you take snips and cut it off from the inside. So when putting this in, make sure you're taking your time, being patient, because once these are in, it's very, very difficult to get them out. So you're going to notice there's a little bit of a shift up and down like this, and that's just because you only have one end. So this is where it really helps to have a second person, which is we'll throw it on the tripod and Kayla will help me here. But you'll want to make sure to keep measuring as you're putting these in, because once you get them all in, it's going to be tight and exactly where you want it. But when you're just doing a couple of them, it's going to have that shift. So just note that. You can probably drill multiple of these at a time, but I like to do one at a time just to be able to take my time with it. And you don't want to over hammer these and make this plastic bow in, because then you're going to have a weird look to it. So you just want to do it slowly, because at the end you can re-tap them and make them a little bit tighter if you have to. I'm going to take the last one. And just like that, super easy, looks really nice on there, very lightweight, fairly inexpensive. I do have these linked in the description if you guys would like to buy the same ones that we use. Different styles, height, sizes, colors, textures, designs, I don't know, all the things. So I will link these ones specifically, but you guys can go from there and pick them up for yourself. Hopefully this video was helpful for you. You can use the screws as well. It is a little bit easier because the holes are just going to be a little bit smaller. Instead of the 1/4, you're going to use a smaller drill bit, and then you're going to do pretty much the same concept. But I think these plastic ones are nice because it's simple, they're lightweight, they look nice on there, and they would be fairly easy to remove if we didn't want them anymore, because we just cut the tabs off and pull them off.